Hey guys, Dr. Brockenshire here. It's Memorial Day in the office. We're all working hard here for you. And today I've got Mike from Applied Fitness Solutions. And what we were talking about last week with Mike was this upward tick of all the itises from people working out at home. Things like arthritis, bursitis, tendonitis. And Mike's an expert in exercise physiology, and he has some great ideas for things you can do when we return to the gym and the fitness facilities, but also some of the things you might not expect. For example, you won't be able to cram 50 people into a yoga studio. So, Mike, what are some of the things that you guys are doing at AFS to help people out when they come back?
Yeah, I think the first and most important thing to recognize, and we're trying to be very transparent with people about this, is there's no risk-free exercise environment at this point, almost just like going anywhere else with regard to transmission of the virus. Exercise is a little bit more risky than just going to your standard grocery store or restaurant. We know that respiration rate increases about 4 times above rest during exercise. We know that exercise forces expiration, so that can aerosolize the respiratory droplets. So certainly exercise environments are a little bit more risky. So Jim's taking a multifactorial approach to addressing hygiene and disinfecting is very important. So among the things we're doing is we're limiting our class sizes to allow for social distancing of at least 6 feet, if not 9 to 10 feet, in part because those just respiratory droplets go a little bit further. We're making sure that all clients disinfect equipment before and after use. In addition to that, our staff is disinfecting equipment as we go throughout the course of the day. We're doing symptom and temperature checks when clients come to the door, and we're also encouraging clients to do those before they even leave their house so they don't bring anything into the facilities. And we're doing very much the same thing with our staff, symptom and temperature checks. And then among a number of other things, we're going to be requiring everyone wear masks as long as the CDC guidance suggests that that's the appropriate thing to do. And I think from our perspective, just layering, intervention on top of intervention on top of intervention to try to mitigate risk as much as we possibly can is important. But, I definitely want to underscore the notion that it is a high risk environment. And for some people, the risk is going to be worth the benefit of coming. For other people, maybe who are immunocompromised older or who have family members that they're around frequently that are immunocompromised or older, it might not be appropriate for them to come back in and exercise at this point.
Yeah, those are great points. And what sticks out in my mind to help people not get injured is right now, considering that it feels like summer's arrived, you don't have to go to the gym to crank cardio out. The purpose of a fitness facility today is the equipment and the guidance of trainers. And while you're wearing a mask, one of the worst things you could do is cardio. You don't want to crank your respirations for extended amount of time because your oxygen flow is inhibited. However, you can do slow burn, slow and steady movements with weights and machines. For example, rehabilitative exercises that you should be doing on a regular basis but are not. The greatest risk I'm seeing in my clientele is everybody's working from home, except you and I, and they're sitting too much. And as everybody knows, sitting's the new smoking. So we're seeing this epidemic of postural decay. And the only way to correct that is with proper guidance, mirrors, and some key postural chain exercises. So tell me a little bit about how you guys are kind of preparing the environment with trainers and guidance at AFS.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, you brought up a great point about exercise indoors to a certain extent. Right now, this is one of those times where, because summer is apparently here, all of a sudden, like in 24 hours, it seems, exercise outdoors is an absolutely great option. That's a place where you can social distance. Wearing masks if you're far enough apart probably isn't necessary just because you have infinite ventilation of being outside. So if you can get outdoors and exercise, that's great. But if you are looking for more guidance and more structure, getting back indoors, I think the first thing for everyone to realize is that your brain remembers what your body used to be able to do, but your body isn't quite capable of doing that anymore. I mean, I highly doubt any of us, I mean, I certainly haven't maintained a normal workout routine these past 10 or 11 weeks. So getting back in the gym, the first thing I'd recommend is go about 20% less intense than what you were going when you left. So if you normally did workouts on a scale of 1 to 10 and 9, crank that back to a 7 out of 10, and then slowly build yourself up over the coming weeks. That'll make sure you prevent a lot of those overuse injuries that you mentioned. To your point about postural issues, I mean, we're all sitting more, right? I mean, I know I sit at my office chair more now these past 11 weeks than I feel like I ever have, and that tightens our hips, that tightens our shoulders, causes our body to flex forward more. So anything we all can do to strengthen up the back side of our body right now is so important. So one of the recommendations that we always make and that our team will be implementing when we get workouts going again is that for every one front of the body exercise you do, so for every one push you do, try to do 2 sets of a pull. So try to do a 2-to-1 ratio of pulling exercises to pushing exercises, especially in your upper back relative to your chest, because we're all so rounded forward right now. We're also protracted. We need to actually get ourselves back in more of a retracted position. So I think exercises that emphasize the backside of the body a little bit more are critically important. But then what I really think we need to do is just make sure we're scaling back our intensity to what our body is capable of doing at this point in time, and then slowly and progressively building it back up. You do not have to regain the fitness that you lost in 10 or 11 weeks in the first 3 workouts. Because if you try to do that, your business is going to be a lot busier because a lot of people are going to come to you for those overuse injuries.
Absolutely. In cycling, we call it LSD, long, steady distance.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping everybody takes advantage of everything you guys are going to offer in June to slowly restore that internal core, those deep chains. But if you are hurt, because I've seen students particularly doing the exact same workout 6 days a week, so they're creating a lot of imbalances and overuse exercises. Chiropractic is good for maintaining range of motion and decreasing inflammation, but one of the biggest things I found for inflammation in the little tissues, so if you've got any tendonitis, bursitis, or arthritis, acupuncture has been a godsend for changing the way the body perceives that joint. So if you're ready to get back hot and heavy and regrow a healthier body, you need to consider things like acupuncture. And another component I've noticed is the nutritional factor. People tend to be baking cinnamon rolls every day and trying to work out on gluten and dairy. Bad idea. Muscles and tendons need collagen. They need amino acids. So we've got to help coach some of these people to change their diet a bit. Just because McDonald's is delivering, and I saw a guy delivering a Cadillac yesterday, so it must have been a big order, doesn't mean your body can run on that. So if you're ready to get back into action and get moving, you have to consider things like collagen to support healthy tissue growth. Even something as simple as homemade bone broth will go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. This is obviously this period of time has magnified the importance of health and well-being, both physically and mentally. And I think if you are going to get back into exercise right now, and it's not going to be at the same volume or intensity as before, I think it's also a good time to consider addressing some of these other things, working with a professional like you on some of these more specialized areas to advance other areas of health that maybe you didn't realize were quite as important. And now as you're starting to hear these things, you realize, boy, it's maybe more than just the push-ups and the squats that I do at the gym. It's how I sleep. It's how my body's treated by a professional like you. It's how I eat. It's such a holistic type of endeavor that I think now's a good time, probably as good a time as any, to engage in that.
Well, I think I can speak for everybody in our communities how thankful we are for you guys putting in the effort to make sure that we come back better than ever, bigger, stronger, faster, and fitter. And we're doing our part in the healthcare community to make sure that everybody can feel safe with good information. We're trying to stay away from Karen on Facebook, watch out for those trolls. But really looking forward to doing some outdoor workouts with you guys, and I hope to see everybody there.
Yeah, for sure. Information forthcoming. We should have information out within the first couple of weeks of June. as to when we're going to be doing those workouts, and we'll probably ramp them up to the tune of 4 or 5 or 6 per week over the summer months compared to the 1 or 2 per week we've done previous years.
It'll be good to breathe the free air, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for chatting, Mike. We'll talk soon.
Yep. Thanks.